So in today's video, we're opening not one, not two, but 3 WWE Elites. Let's go.
Gang, gang.
Welcome back, Retro Gang. My name is Joe. We are back filming in the toy room. It's been a while since we've been down here in my my man cave, so to speak, but we are here. We have 3 WWE Elite action figures to open. I've had these figures for a while. Shout out to all my friends who find these figures for me, because for some reason I could never find them in my Targets or Walmarts. Maybe I'm just not going out enough, but that's why you have awesome friends who can find these figures for you. So we have 3 to open. Series 106, Paul Bearer. Now this figure is pretty sweet. So yeah, like I said, this is Series 106 Elite Paul Bearer. We've had numerous Paul Bearer figures come out in the past. This one is pretty dang good. I love the design on the tie, so we're gonna take a look at that once we open them up. True effects, lifelike details. Here's a picture of the back of the box. Everyone else in the wave. Great shot of Paul right there. What a legend, right? This guy, what an absolute legend. Undertaker wouldn't have been Undertaker without this guy. He really added a lot to help establish that character. Let's rip open Paul. That did not sound right. We're not, yeah. Let's rip open the box. You know me, I'm not one to save boxes, so you get a nice little backdrop if you want to keep that. We don't. What I love about this right here is that you get the giant urn as well. That famous giant urn that had the light in it that shot out, that spotlight. So that's cool that you get the giant urn as well. These things right here, these little elastic things, not a fan. I'm not a fan. Alright, so just like every Elite, he comes with a pair of mic holding hands, C-grip hands, gripping hands, whatever you want to call them. And then he also comes with a nice cool pair of like posing hands, fingers open, that kind of stuff. The small urn, which is cool. That's definitely the one I'll probably pose him with. This doesn't really stay on. He comes with the giant urn, which also has the removable lid. It doesn't really fit on, maybe that's just mine. And then we got the star of the show right here. Paul Bearer himself. Oh, yes! I love the design on the tie. I don't even know if you can even see that. Open up that jacket a little bit. Got that classic 80s, 90s tie design, which is awesome. So this jacket is removable. I don't feel like taking it off, but as you can see, he's just got black sleeves. Under the coat, painted on belt buckle right here, that E. It looks like an E, but it's a buckle, obviously. Now, to me, the knees kind of stand out. And I don't know if it's just, maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me because of the lighting, but it looks like the knee joints, this piece of plastic, the kneecap is actually like a different shade of black. And it could just be my eyes. I don't know, you guys tell me. Those of you who have this figure, it kind of looks like it's a different shade of black, but other than that, I mean, look at the head on this guy. The head sculpt is absolutely amazing. You can't go wrong with the Paul Bearer. He's going to be posed with the urn right next to Purple Undertaker, my favorite Undertaker. Now, he's probably a little bit out of scale, a little too tall to be Paul, but still an awesome figure. We got 2 figures left, totally blocking out the light from my face. We have the Natural Disasters.
We're talking tonnage, baby! The biggest force in the World Wrestling Federation! The Natural Disasters! And they're all mine! They're all mine!
Earthquake and Typhoon. We're going to save Earthquake for last because he's the man. No disrespect, Typhoon, but Mr. Tenta, the man. Same new package design. I failed to mention it when we ripped open Paul, but they got this chunky piece of cardboard down here now instead of the full window showing you the figure. I mean, you can't see him from the knees down. I don't think that's not a deal breaker for me, or probably for most people trying to cut down on the plastic. But if you're trying to cut down on plastic, why did you add this little piece to the top? That's kind of silly. Like, I don't have to look down and see the hair. Yeah, no paint rub on the hair, top of the head, so we good. Here's the back of the box. Everyone else in the wave. This is one hell of a lineup right here. You got some Piper, you got some Rock. Of course, you got Earthquake, R-Truth, old school looking Seth Rollins. And of course, Brutus, Brother Brudai, getting re-released right here. So that's the back of the box. Let's rip him open. Later. So Typhoon comes with some fisted hands for punching. He also comes with that glorious WWF Tag Team Championship, which the Natural Disasters were no strangers to. And then right here, one half of the Natural Disasters, we have Typhoon. Now look, anytime we get elites that are just straight up modern remakes of the Hasbros, I'm all in. This is 100% the Hasbro that we got. The same gear, Typhoon written across the belly. There's just something really cool about getting a figure that is just straight up a remake, a modern remake of a figure that you had as a kid. And Typhoon is no exception to that. Black, white, and red up on top. Typhoon written across the belly. Black knee pads, red boots with the white laces. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this glorious mullet. This mullet, hopefully it's focusing. This mullet is a thing of beauty. I mean, they knocked this Typhoon out of the park. I know this Typhoon was released before. I never picked him up the first time around, so I'm really happy to grab him now. This is what's tough. So let me ask you guys a question. This is a question I've been asked. As wrestling figure collectors, a lot of figures you get come with titles, right? Typhoon himself came with the Tag Team Championship. So on your shelf, do you only have one pair of figures holding the tag team titles, or do you display multiple tag team titles on multiple sets of tag teams? Does that make sense? Like, let's say you have Demolition and you also have the Natural Disasters. Do you display both of those teams with titles or just one? All right, so in my opinion, we have saved the best for last. Mr. John Tenta, Earthquake himself. Now, this is not the Hasbro version of Earthquake we got. The Hasbro was the blue gear, but I mean, this is Natural Disaster Earthquake, matches Typhoon perfectly. Let's rip him open. Later. So Earthquake also comes with some fisted hands for punching, and we have ourselves the man, the myth, the legend, Earthquake himself, John Tenta. One half of the Natural Disasters, my favorite half, in all his glory, holding that championship title that he definitely earned. He put in the work to earn that title. I mean, look at the face sculpt. The face sculpt is so good. They got his bald head perfect. You know, he's growing out his bangs right here on the top. Perfect hair. That hair is so glorious. They got his tattoo here on the arm. Looks great. These guys next to each other on the shelf, they just look so glorious. Maybe they're not quite as girthy as they should be. You know, they're tum-tums. But, I mean, these guys are great. They're so large and in charge. I mean, Earthquake's so great. Let's get all three of these guys up here. We can't sell Mr. Paul Bearer short here because he definitely... Let's do this. Can you imagine this? Oh, man. Could you guys ever imagine this trio right here? Paul Bearer managing the Natural Disasters? You know, he just turned on Undertaker and now he's going to manage the Natural Disasters? Enough fantasy booking. These three figures are great. I've been sitting on them for so long. I'm glad that we finally got to open them. I'm going to add them to the shelf. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Stay tuned for the next unboxing episode. Who knows when that's going to be. As I'm recording this video, the WrestleMania event thing happened already where they did all of those reveals of a bunch of new figures coming out. Elites, Ultimates. They showed a bunch of stuff that's already out. But man, those ECW figures, we're getting ECW Dudleys, we're getting a Sandman. Sandman's also getting a Chase figure. Like, it's just a great time to be a fan of wrestling figures. There's so much great stuff going out. Can't wait for that Dusty Rhodes that's coming out. Just great stuff. Takes me back to my childhood. Love this stuff. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Forget the outro.